Welcome back to the channel. I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Mia.
This is the 8th episode, I think.
Who knows? 8th or 9th or 10th. No, it's not the 10th.
No.
It's not the 9th. It's probably the 8th.
Today's book is A Stranger in the House. Or this week's book is A Stranger in the House. Initial rating.
2.
Oh.
What about you?
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 is fair, but I hated it more than I liked it.
Well, okay.
Let's get into why.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I just felt like it had no, like, depth to it. Like, it was just, like, all one
Surface
tone.
level. Yeah,
it was like,
I got that.
This is what happened from the very beginning. This is what happened. And then at the end, it was like, this is what happened.
What did you think of the little ending part?
Where she was like, I've never been.
Yeah.
It kind of pissed me off.
Really?
Because it's like, I understand wanting to use men for money. I support it. Do it, baby. Steal that money. Do what you gotta do. But why does she have to go out of her way and be like, oh, I was a battered woman, and take a year of resources from somebody who could have used that?
Very true.
Who was actually being abused or manipulated or whatever, you know? And it's like, at the end, she was like, he wasn't even a bad man. He wasn't that good, but he wasn't bad. It was like, why? Why do all that? You could have just pretended like you killed yourself and then, like, I just...
left away.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people, she could have pretended she was depressed or something, like...
I guess so. I think she was just...
Easy.
I think she explained it, too. It was just more so her padding her story. She said that she didn't want to use that if she didn't have to. But then she ended up having to. So that was her thinking ahead.
Yeah. It was just very, like... you think I would ever let a man hit me?
Okay, no, I got that.
No. And I was like, okay. Like, good for you. And Bridget's dumbass.
I don't like her.
She was like,
to me, she thought of herself more as a Karen. Literally Karen.
Okay.
On Karen's level when she was so far.
Like, they were just sleeping together and it was like...
Literally.
Oh,
I think she just thought that she was more manipulative than she actually was. Because I didn't take her seriously at all the entire time.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next point. The person that I hated most in the story was Tom.
I knew you weren't gonna like Tom.
Because he was a weak-ass bitch. I didn't like him.
Okay.
He was so easily manipulated by people that don't even have manipulation skills. I'm sorry.
He was, but I literally made a comment about it. I need to have these prepared. When he told the detectives, he was like, I've slept with Bridget. Like, this was before I was even with my wife. And they were like, you're not sleeping with her now. And he's like, no, absolutely not. And he was super mad, and he, like, stormed off, slamming the door behind him in fury. I made a note, and I was like, I don't picture him as a man that's, like, angry, and it's like, oh, shit, that man's mad. It's just more of, like, a sour Michael Scott. They're just standing there, like, pissed off and, like, shaking their leg. He was just too perfect for a man.
I don't even think he was perfect. He was very boring to me.
No, he was boring, but I meant in the sense where he was like, if you would have just told me, like, okay, that part I liked to understand.
Oh, that
where
part,
he was like, I always come home to my wife. We always cook. We've never had a fight.
Yeah.
Like, all these things, and I was like...
But they were also 2 years into their marriage. So, like, I feel like they're still, like, you know, we're so completely in love. We've just gotten married, you know?
I get it.
It also pissed me off, too, that I think she dug herself in a bit more of a hole, Karen, because I would have told him.
Yeah.
Right before we married each other. I was like, I'm come from, like, this. The reason I haven't told you anything, we can't get married because
I'm married.
This and this. Yeah. Then, I think he even said so. He was like, I would have understood.
No, yeah. He literally did say, he's like, if you would have just told me, I would have got... And if you killed this man, I don't even care.
I don't care, because you had to.
You had to.
My also other thing is, like, you know what? Karen did a good job of being like, I don't think I could have killed anybody. Like, she did what she had to. I have to say. I didn't mind the way she played all of her little character.
I just feel like she wasn't as smart as she thought she was. Like, if you did all of this, you killed him, like, why the fuck were you freaking out? Drop the gun, drop your gloves, get a car crash. Like, you knew what you had to do.
The car crash thing to me was so over the top. Like, I don't think I would have been like, oh my god.
Maybe before, I would have been driving crazy before to get to him. To be like, what are you gonna do? Like, don't touch my husband, don't touch me, leave, die. But leaving, I would have been like, he dead.
He died, I shot him.
I shot that man.
But I think that's really just us. That would be like, if I had to fire a gun, I'd fire a gun with no second thoughts to it. Nothing after.
Yeah.
But then I feel like most people, when they are put in that situation, they would literally have to be like,
we've never killed anyone.
We've never killed anyone, so we're not even talking.
But I just know that we would be okay.
Yeah, I feel like I would be fine. So that's just more of a difference in character.
Yeah.
Also, there's no questions that we could find that were actually interesting for this book, so we're just talking off the top of our head.
Because it was like, how do you feel about Karen? I don't like her.
I mean, I don't like her. I don't dislike her. She's just kind of there. I hate Tom.
Hate her? Oh. Tom's just
a weak ass bitch.
He's just boring. Like, Tom's just boring, and he just...
He folded, I feel. And then not even in a funny way. He was just like, he bent at everything either woman said. He was so easily persuaded.
He was.
And fooled. Like, that's your own fault, I feel.
I feel like I would have been pissed off at her. Rightfully so, but my wife.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I would have been pissed off, but...
Like, let me know just so that I know. So that I could figure it out. Because when, like, she came home and she was like, those aren't our gloves, or... I don't remember anything, or...
Because what are you gonna do, not lie with your wife?
No, I'm gonna protect my wife.
Yeah.
But I just want to know.
But afterwards, I'd be like, I need you to tell me what the fuck is going on. Like, we just lied to the police. That's a serious offense. Why are we lying, though? Why are we lying?
Did we murder this man? The one part that, like, made me like this book is when we found out that it was Bridget that was in their house, sneaking around.
Oh, yeah. That one took me for a spin, because I was like, oh, damn, it is that man.
So that was the man.
Yeah, she got me there. I really thought it was that man.
And she was like, I lay in the bed sometimes. So I was like, oh, it's Bridget! She's just laying in this man's bed. She's like, that's where I used to fuck him. I was like,
oh my god, Bridget.
You don't think you should have got a new mattress on your bed or something.
Tom said that initial, like, week or weeks after that he broke up with Bridget and she was going, like, crazy stupid and she was, like, crying and this and that, I would have changed the locks on my house. Because just for peace of mind. Because, like, he literally said, I don't know what she was going to do. I was so worried that she was going to tell her husband. And also, if she would have told her husband, what?
What that got to do with me?
She lied to me. See,
but also,
that's my other thing. That's my other thing. I was like, you were so gullible. Like,
if a hot girl were to tell me she was leaving her husband and she was like, I just came here to fuck, I'd be like, okay. Yeah. He kind of just was there.
Because
he was just there.
It would be one thing if there was something wrong with him, per se, that made him easy to manipulate, that he, like...
Mental illness.
Maybe, like, yeah, maybe if he was mentally ill, or if he did have, like, ill... Shut up.
He's mentally ill.
If he was mentally ill, or he had, like, a darkened past and stuff like that, where he was...
A darkened past?
Well, no, I
know what you mean, though.
Yeah, so, like, then I would have been like, damn, like, he is easily manipulated, but it's because of, like, these other circumstances.
He folded.
He folded, yeah, but no, he was just easily manipulated because he was stupid.
He was just stupid.
So, F.
I would have liked, because I like past and present and how we talk about them meeting together, I would have liked to see a past Karen's life before.
Oh, me too. I felt like I didn't...
she was with her husband.
Yeah, like I felt not very connected to any of these characters.
Yeah.
I was kind of just reading about them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Or it would have been cool if, like, the first chapter was, like, her running away.
Okay, yeah.
Then I would have been like...
But why did you run
What did
away?
he do?
Yeah.
And then at the end, she was like, he did nothing.
He did nothing. I'd be like, oh.
He just had money. I was like, oh. Oh, you could have just did something else. You don't have to do all that.
I mean, she's kind of funny.
Yeah, I just thought no characters were likable, honestly. I hated everyone, even the detectives. The detectives pissed me off.
The detectives pissed me off. I didn't like them either. They were just annoying.
They were annoying.
Because I also felt, too, that they were like, well, I don't know which detective it was, but he was like, oh, this is where things start to really get good. Like, I'm able to figure this out. And
he was like nutting over this.
Yeah, and
I was like adrenaline.
I feel like you're not even that good of a detective.
I figured this out.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was like, you guys aren't.
It was like Bridget called in twice, and she was like,
no,
check the house. Check the house. I know you should check the house. And then he was like, this is getting good.
Like, what?
Like, baby, it's clearly Bridget. She sees right into their house.
Like, hello? I'm not a detective, but that was very obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, when Tom says, he's like, he never suspected anything about her. Like, he just thought she was very private. She didn't talk about her past life, this, and that. Okay. And he was like, okay with it. But then he goes on to say that he's not so sure he's okay with it. And he realized that he doesn't know that much about his wife. You didn't think about that before you married her? Like, you decided
How do you
to
just
marry her?
someone and not know anything?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, okay, it's one thing that you don't have any parents and you don't have... No, your parents died and you don't have any siblings. Like,
yeah.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you're not going to tell me... There's no friends.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, like, childhood trauma stories you want to share. There's
you don't have,
nothing.
like, where you lived before this, where you went to college. Like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you're just like, I'll marry you.
Did you play sports?
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I don't know anything about you.
I don't know anything
I just
about
like you now, which I understand. Like, you're a whole different person, but...
Fair,
Give
but
me
also,
something.
Yeah. There's another part in the book where Tom talks about... He says it multiple times, actually. That his wife is a lot stronger than he realized. And that she's a lot more strong-willed than he is.
Okay.
He says it multiple times in the book. But then he says one time that he must have nerves... Or she must have nerves of steel. He's not sure he likes thinking of her that way.
Oh!
That pissed me off, because I was like, you don't want your wife to be strong in this situation, or what do you want?
Who's gonna be strong between us, baby?
Because it ain't gonna be you. Exactly. So, what do you want me to just cry with you? One of us has to fucking put on the boots. Like,
put on the boots. Wear the pants in the relationship.
Exactly.
No, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, because when he said that, I was like...
And also, I don't know what anybody looks like in this book.
Yeah, I can't picture them. I just picture his bitchy attitude, but I can't picture
I just
his
picture
face.
very plain man. Like, I don't... Robert, maybe I can put in my head, because they did give a little bit of, like, the dark hair, like, he was good looking, like, the way he dressed, stuff like that. But I don't know what the hell anybody else looks like.
And I've been watching a lot of Ozark, so he was money laundering. I was like, I know who this is. I know this man. Like, when they were talking about Karen, and they were like, she has a crazy bob, like a pixie cut bob.
Oh, the pixie cut?
Like,
yeah.
When
Bridget cuts her hair.
And she's like, you don't like it.
You don't like it.
Like, why would she do that? She's insane. She should have waited a little bit.
Literally,
like
yeah.
Little bit,
like that
babes.
gave yourself away, you fucking weirdo.
The cop was like, you psycho. Oh, I thought that she was cheating on him.
Karen.
Yeah.
Why?
I thought that she was cheating, having an affair with this man, and they went to go meet up, and just something went wrong. Like, he was going to tell Tom or something, and she killed him. Because when they first happened, this is on chapter 6, when they're talking about it, and she's like, I don't know anyone by that name or whatever. And then she turns to them, and she's like, I don't think you need to mention it to my husband. I was like, she cheating.
Oh, okay.
And I thought that Tom was cheating. I thought he was cheating with Bridget. They made it seem like it was so much worse. And then he was like, I slept with her before I met Karen. I was like, oh, who cares?
You know, it actually took me in a different direction because of how awkward he would get when Bridget was around.
Okay.
Or, like, how much he didn't like her. I thought it was because there was something, like, off about him and Karen's relationship that he didn't like other people around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was thinking literally of all the previous books that we've read, where it's like they keep friends at arm's distance because the relationship is so much worse than it appears to be. But no,
they just love together. Obviously, like, if I was Karen, it would bother me, because I'd be like, you could have told me I don't want to be friends with somebody you slept with.
That was my other point, too. Yeah. I was like, how could you just willingly let her be friends?
Yeah.
He could have told her a rumor about this girl. He could have been like, oh, she's a bitch. You don't want to be friends with her.
You don't want to be friends with her.
Because he lived in the neighborhood before she moved in.
Yeah.
So he would have had standing ground. He was just an idiot.
I'd have been like, she makes friends. She's evil. She's, he could have said anything. You're right.
Anything.
I would have been like, oh.
Okay.
I don't want to be friends with Bridget then.
Literally, that's it.
Oh, and I thought at the end that, what's Bridget's husband's name?
Bob.
The names for me.
Yeah.
Karen, Tom, Bridget, Bob.
Maybe the most interesting one is Bridget, but like
Bridget.
Very, very like calm. Bob. Are you for real?
Yeah.
Putting names to your characters is hard. I get it, but
You could have named one like Scott or something.
yeah, then I would have been okay with that. Like, that's not that bad.
Scott, Laura. No, renaming it Penny.
Penny's a cute name.
I think of like a little girl, Penny.
Oh.
Penopolis.
Oh. The beginning of the book, actually, Tom made me mad again.
What did he do at the beginning?
Because when he gets home, he notices her car isn't there.
Oh, yeah.
And so one would have been like, oh, where'd you go?
Yeah.
But then I just, walked into my little house, and then I would have been like, the door is not locked. So in my head, I would have been like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I walk in and see that all of her shit is here, dinner isn't done, like
in the middle of
like
cutting.
she left in a hurry, I would have immediately started calling people and then called the police, because I'm not messing around with that.
Yeah.
Like, he took his sweet ass time.
He did.
And that's what bothered me.
He did, but also, I don't know why this makes it better, but his little thought where he's like, oh, maybe she forgot something and then just ran to the store real quick. I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense for a housewife, but also
I'm gonna lock the door. And I'm gonna leave a note really quick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna text
the store.
You. Yeah, because I know it's the time when you're supposed to get home already. Then I'll be like, hey, I ran to the store really quick. Don't forget. I'll be right back. None of that was left. Yeah. And the whole, when he says she didn't even leave me a note because it's something that she would have done, already would have been like, something is not right here.
Yeah, something's wrong. And even just locking the door thing, he was like, she'd never leave the door.
So, yeah.
You know something's wrong, Tom. Figure out what's wrong with your wife. Yeah. Oh, it was dragging on. I didn't like how we found out that Karen had a new identity from everybody's perspective. I was like, we get it. Like, the detective found out she had a new identity, and then her husband found out, and then she said it herself, and then Bridget was the first one, actually, but you know what I mean? Like, everyone's like, Karen could be a different person. It's like, okay, we get it. Mm-hmm. She's a whole other person. Yeah. We figured it out. We cracked the code.
It was very kind of almost a step above Lifetime movie to me.
It was just like a Lifetime movie. Yeah. Not even a step above.
Also, I feel like, back to the pregnancy thing, I know these people aren't old per se, but I was just like, you can still get pregnant. Like, not to be that bitch.
You're trapping this man. She's not even trapping this man.
She's not even trapping him.
This man's like, babe, I'm not doing that.
What is that gonna do for me? Oh, no. You know what, though? Tom's a weak-ass bitch. She might fold. You'd be like, damn, like, I have to take ownership of this child. Like, shut up. Abandon that child and that lady.
I would have abandoned that lady, not my child.
Well, no, because then I still have to see the lady.
I'll kill her. I'll just kill her. She's crazy. I'll be like, she killed herself.
Oh. We don't know what next week's episode will be on. So, just tune in for the next episode, because we will also be surprised. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.